Hello again. This is the girl with the blue hair, aka Kathy. Um, yeah. Hi, how you doing? So I know y'all tired of me. This is my last catch-up video, and then I'll post the one for today. So today's day 7 video is about self-worth. And the reason why I want to talk about self-worth, in that time in Atlanta, I had some time to talk with one of my friend's mom, and she has a gift for prophecy and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna get into that. If you know that, then blah blah blah. But I probably spoke a little bit too fast that second ago. I notice I do that sometimes, but I'm learning, so I should get better with slowing down my speech. But yeah, besides the point, I was talking to her, and we were just talking about like relationships and situations that happen with guys and girls, and she really connected me with the idea of self-worth and tying yourself to that unknowingly, if you don't have your grounded foundation where it should be. So she really shed a light on how I viewed one of my last relationships, and how I view that guy. Basically, keep the long story short, I met him during the summer. We were dealing with each other for a couple months, and then because he's in the military, he just decided to. Well, I don't want to say he decided, but he got deployed, and I had no idea about it. So that goes to kind of show you like where our relationship was during the end. Like, we weren't really on speaking terms. It wasn't fruitful. It wasn't healthy. Not that we disrespected each other, but right now I don't consider us to be friends. And speaking that over to her, I'm the type of person, I have a big heart. I already told you guys I am compassionate, pretty am. So I went ahead and texted him for the holidays, and just to see how he's doing. I don't know if he's able to contact people or not, being that he is in the military and he's deployed, what he happens to be doing. But I decided, let me go ahead and text him just in case he can see it. If he is doing okay, at least he has something, to remind him of home. So I just said happy Thanksgiving. I kept it really simple. I said a few other words, but that's none of your business. But yeah. But yeah, and talking over with her, she was just like, if you guys didn't end on good terms necessarily, why is it that 4 or 5 months later, past when you guys were initially talking, you're still thinking about this guy to even, send him a text? And I thought that was just me doing it out of the goodness of my heart. But apart from that conversation, just taking a moment in my quiet time to rethink the whole situation, I realized there was a bit of my self-worth tagged along to it, because this guy didn't necessarily treat me the way that I needed to be treated, and I still felt that I should be overly nice to him, and it's kind of like I enabled that on my own bad habit, because we talked about enabling bad habits in others. Well, this is enabling a bad habit in myself. I need to create those boundaries for myself, considering that I opened up to someone and probably gave him more than I should have, to the point where now I still care enough to say this, that, and the third, and I should take a step back and let him do him and let me do me. If I happen to see him in public, of course keep it civil, and if God happens to put him on my mind, of course pray for him. But I don't necessarily need to be reaching out to someone who didn't treat me with the best respects. I think that's the easiest way I can say that, because like I said, he didn't disrespect me, but I could have been treated better. We could have ended on better terms. We could have had better communication. So yes, knowing that your self-worth isn't tied to the validation of your actions in others, knowing that your self-worth shouldn't be tied to how people think of you, what people think of you. That's very important for me. Growing up, I felt like I did need a lot of validation, not because I was looking for attention or anything like that, but because I didn't really get that support at home to be who I was. So I was looking for support outside of home for people to accept me for who I am. And I needed that validation to, accept that this being who I was okay. So now I'm at a point now, I'm in my 20s and I'm realizing where that comes from, that I just need to be okay with myself regardless. I don't need validation from others to decide that this is okay to be who I am today. So just understanding my self-worth, that I'm worth more than a halfway, or sometimes I'm worth the 100%, the 150%, the 200%. So just knowing your worth, understanding that it's not tied to people or things. Sometimes it's not even tied to your purpose. And I got that from Trent Shelton. I love Trent Shelton. You probably heard me mention his name at least once in the last 6 videos. At least once. If I didn't do it more than once, then, shame on me, because he needs to be mentioned more often. But he's very much so a positive influence that I've gravitated to in the last year and a half. Somebody actually introduced me to him, and I couldn't stop watching his videos. They were really giving me light where I needed it. And he was speaking on his own situation of knowing his self-worth, because he used to be a football player and that didn't work out for him. So going back and forth between being a part of the NFL and not being a part of the NFL, he was losing hope because he was tying his self-worth to his sport, which he had played nearly all his life. And he had to realize that his self-worth wasn't tied to that, which at that point was considered to be his purpose. Now that he's not a part of the NFL, he's accepted that, and he's found a whole new lease on life, and he's realizing that his worth is way more than what he can do with sports. It's really who he is and what he has in him to offer to others, and how he serves others. And creating a new definition for your self-worth and describing yourself in a different way is very, very important. I'm in the process of realizing my purpose, which is something that I mentioned before on a live video with Miss Natasha and Alexis. But even though I know what I love and what I'm falling into, I'm not necessarily sure what my purpose is, because right now I'm not serving anyone. I am creating a new avenue for myself in one aspect, and in another aspect I'm learning a lot about something that I've done pretty much a lot of my life. I'm learning how much that is a part of me, but I'm not serving anyone yet. I'm just in the process of personal development. I'm still in school, and I just have humble wants and needs right now. When I feel like when you really fall into your purpose, your thoughts and your goals become more of grandeur, because you understand what you're here to do. And I can't wait till I get to that point. But right now I'm just walking it out in faith, and waiting for God to open up my eyes to who I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing, who I'm supposed to be serving. But it was just one thing that actually, I believe it was either Alexis said or her mother said, but they said if you hide yourself, if you hide your talents, your gifts, that you're actually doing a disservice to God, because He gave those gifts for you to share to others. And at a certain point, you might be hindering someone else's success because they're waiting. They needed you to express yourself and show yourself to take that next step into their own lives. So I'm just learning to be more open, which that is actually my topic. That is so funny that I actually said that. That was a great segue, but that's actually my topic for day 8, because I help being open. I don't like to be vulnerable, and showing people that new side of me, what I'm able to do, those things that maybe some of my close friends knew I could do, but not necessarily the world. Now I'm having to show that out to the world and really just put a spotlight on myself. And I don't like spotlight. I don't like being in anybody's center of attention. That makes me nervous. I don't like it, but I have to get used to it, because at this point, this is not just for me. This is for someone else. Regardless of where I am right now, I'm at a point now where I have to express myself, share myself, show myself, because it's not just for my growth, it's for someone else's growth. And it was very well understood when they said it like that. So knowing your self-worth helps you be more open, because you understand that it's whatever you're going through is not just for you. You are here to serve others through that purpose. So learn your self-worth, know your self-worth, regard yourself in a higher way. Don't just wait for someone to lift you up, lift yourself up. Wake up in the morning and look at yourself and decide that you are worth rubies, diamonds, and gold. You are worth the roses that you see in the store. You're worth more than that. You're worth intelligent conversation. You're worth the entire date. You're worth 9 months of waiting. You're worth 4 years of waiting. You're worth all of that. Know your self-worth. Don't give away pieces of yourself for nothing. Understand that you are worthy to be earned, not just taken. Some people need to hear that again, I think that's in me to say that again, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat it twice. You are worthy to be earned, not just taken. Last time. You are worthy to be earned, not just taken. Ooh, I don't know if there's anybody out there that's had issues with sexual abuse, but I understand that might be something that you struggle with understanding or struggle with believing, because some of your innocence was taken from you and not necessarily earned. But understand that wasn't supposed to happen, and you are worthy to be earned. So going forward, remind yourself of that in the mirror. And as hard as it is to believe, take every day to repeat that to yourself until you believe it. Because you are worthy to be earned, not just taken. The pieces of you are way more precious than anything out there. So I hope this was an interesting take on knowing your worth. I hope this gives you a small light on how to go about thinking of yourself differently. If not, there's like thousands of books. There's millions of other people that have really good words on knowing your worth. I really encourage you to look up Trent Shelton and his videos of knowing your worth, because they're very inspiring. So this is day 7. Ooh, so how many days we have left? I can't count. 23. Actually 22, because it's coming up. Bye.